Hey y'all, this is Jan with Painting with Jan on Shumpert's Heel. Today our painting is called Fall Decoration, so I hope you'll join me as we paint our flowers and pumpkins and all the pretty things on the table. So I wanted to come on here and explain some things to you before I started this tutorial. I'm what you call a fly by the seat of your britches painter. I may come up with an idea, or I may look at a picture and come up with an idea. Sometimes I do look at the pictures, but a lot of times if it's in my brain, I just go with that. And so I started off with some different things that was going to happen on this painting, and then when I got into it and I didn't like it, I went back and redone. So in this video, guys, you're going to see the good, the bad, and the ugly with it. So if you decide you want to paint this and you decide that you don't want to do some of that stuff, there's things you don't have to do. So watch the video and then decide if you want to leave that part out to come back to the original, what I have here. Not what was original, but what I have here. So I just wanted to explain that to you so that you would know there are some things going on here that I did, and I will show them to you and show you how I corrected those in this video, because you'll see what I'm talking about as we go into the video. All right, the paints that we're going to be using today are light blue violet, phthalo green, burnt sienna, burnt umber, orange, yellow ochre, white, medium yellow, cad red, gray, permanent black, light green permanent, and warm gray. Our brushes that we'll be using today is a large bristle brush, a 5/8 angle brush, a number 4 flat, and a 10/0 liner brush. We're also going to be using a pencil and a ruler. Our canvas is a 16 by 20. We're going to be using it the long way this time. It's primed, stretched, and ready to go. Okay, so what you can see from my canvas here is I've taken a pencil. I've come up about 4 inches from the bottom, and I've just drawn me a line across. Now you'll see some other drawing under here. Pay that no attention. I was trying to draw something out and didn't like it, so I'm going to paint over it. Okay, I've got some white and some green on my brush. I'm using and I'm just going to come in here and mix it together on my palette. And this is just a base coat that I'm putting down now. It's a tiny little bit of green, lots more white than I am green. And I'm just coming up to this line. If I come over that line a little bit, that's okay. I'm just basically coming up to that line. That's all I want to do. I tried to do it on the canvas. It just couldn't get it to do what I wanted to do. So I'm just brought it back to the table. And again, it's just a little white, a lot more green, and I'm just bringing it in, just trying to get it on the canvas. Okay, so I'm coming back down here on my bottom. So I'm picking up some burnt umber and some white, and I'm just going to lay me some colors down. I kind of want this light as I can get it, but you know, we'll take what we can get. I'm just going to cover up that pencil line. Let me just pick up more white, because like I said, I want this a light brown, not dark. But if I have to bring this brown up to get this line, I will. And then I can just add my white from there. I've got my 3/4 bristle brush. I let my canvas dry, and then I came in with another coat. So you may have to come in with another coat if yours covered good, that's fine. But mine didn't cover, so I did come in with another coat. So I've come back in here with my 3/4 bristle brush. I've got some red on my palette, some white, and some yellow. And I'm just going to pick up a tiny little bit of yellow and a little bit of white, and I'm just going to start coming in and swirling in some, and that's too much yellow, so I'm just going to put in a little more white, and I'm just going to swirl in some of this colors. Now I'm picking up just a tiny little bit of red just to mingle in there with that. I don't want to go crazy with that color. I just want some white and yellow mainly. But I'm just swirling it on. Okay, so I've got a little bit too much yellow there. So I'm just going to tone it down because I don't want that much yellow in there. It's all got a yellow tone to it, but that's okay. I'm just coming in with some white this time, just to try to tone it down and get some more of that yellow going on in here. I'm gonna pick up just a little bit of red and come along in here. Again, if I think this is too much yellow, I can tone it down with some of this white. And I'm just using now what's on my brush as far as the colors. You just see what I did, just to get them on here. Alright, just a little bit of yellow and a lot of white. I'm going to grab just a tiny little bit of yellow, red, excuse me, and put it in here. Think you got too much paint on your brush, just wipe it off. Grab just some more. Right now I've just got white. I just picked up white, but I've got so much yellow on my brush that it's just coming through. Now, I'm going to have it brighter yellow anywhere. I would want that kind of in the middle of my canvas right here. Just a tiny little bit of red, a lot more white, just coming right in the side and just adding. And it makes it really pink looking, I know. We can tone that down with some of that yellow and just, now see it's too bright, just grab us some more white and we're going to tone that baby down some more. And we're just going to try to, when we come to our table, we're just going to try to not go past that line if we can help it. But if we do, it's not a big deal. Just white. And it just kind of takes out that pink that I just put in. That's okay. Just got a little bit of yellow here that I want to swirl in right here. Then I'm just picking up white. Just swirling this together. It's got a little bit of that pink in it, so I'm just picking a little more white up in, yellow up in here. That's a little bright for my, whoops, I got the wrong color. A little bright for my liking, so I'm just going to tone it down with some white if I can. And I am coming back over here with just a little bit of that pink, red, to give it just a little bit of something in here. Okay. So that, at this point, is our background. So again, this needs to completely dry, and then we'll come do the next step. Okay, So I am back, and what I've done is I have my ruler, and instead I didn't want to center this because it's going to look like, I want it to look like a window pane. And so I just came over to the side because this is going to be our desk table. It's going to be in front of the window. But I just came over and I drawed me 2 lines, and then I just came down about 1 inch from the top. So I would probably over 4 inches from here, and with my first line, and my ruler is probably about 1 inch thick. And I just came down 1 inch, and it might be 1 1/4 inches. But anyway, I've got my window panes at this point, and we're gonna go from there. Okay, I have my 5/8 angle brush because I want to get in here and work on this thing, and I have some white paint, and so I'm just gonna come in here and try to concentrate on this a little bit. Definitely want to try to get that pencil line covered up because I don't want it to show under our paint here. I'm trying to get this on as thick as I can because I'm hoping not to have to come back with another coat, but if I have to, I will. And I'm having to do it sideways because my canvas, you know, I know I have my canvas set long ways, but that's what I'm working on today, is trying to get this. I'm doing it sideways compared to, since it's long ways, but it's okay. So we're going to come up here and we're going to start on this side and work our way over. I'm just coming off the edge just a little. I'm thinking, looking at it as it's starting to try to dry, it's definitely going to have at least another layer, if not more. So just warning you, if you're doing it like this, that, you know, I'll do that off camera, but I'll let you know that I've done it. My window pane is growing a little bit. Okay. But I'm not worried about that because that's not the main focus of this painting. Okay. Alright, again, this needs to dry. And like I said, I'll put another coat on it once it dries, and we'll be back. Okay, I'm back because I wanted to show you some things away from the painting while it's drying. This is my vase that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to show you how I did it. Easy thing to do. I have a notebook, so it makes it pretty simple. I looked at my painting and decided how big I wanted my vase, and so easiest thing is just to come pick you a line and just draw you a line across that line, and then ever how big you want it. So mine is, you know, it's about 6 inches, and so what I did is I drawed a line here and I drawed a line here. Once I had that line, I just kind of, you know, pulled it in and curved it around a little bit. That's basically how to do. Only one side. One side makes it easy. Then you can fold it in half. Fold it, you know, ever how big you want yours. And that's what I did. I folded it. And then I just came in with a pair of scissors and I cut it out. Now this was at a point, okay? This was at a point. But what I did is I just went out around and I just kind of trimmed it around. And so here is the vase that I made. So now I also want a candle. And I don't really need anything fancy as far as the swirl here. I can do just you know, just come in. I can come straight down if I want to, or I could end up making sort of like a jar here and a jar type thing here on the bottom, and then just come in a little bit, and that would be my basic jar. And all I'd have to do, pull this out. I just ever how big I want my candle, if I want. So this is about 1.5 inches wide. So if that's the case, I'm just going to fold my paper. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut this bottom line. And then I'm just going to cut it straight up, or as close as I can get. And then again, this top line. And then I'm going to go to keep a whole line there. I think that would make it easier, you know, coming from one line to the other. And then just come in there, bend them little babies, and cut that out. And we'll see if I like it. And that would be my candle. Now, one other thing I'm planning on adding to it, we'll see. I'm going to just cut my paper about in half. And you can actually just use your own measuring thing if you wanted to. I don't know yet, is what I'm saying. I'm thinking about coming right in here and just cutting it. And that's just a square. And, you know, I'm going to come in and just take a and that would be my frame. So that's the idea of what's going to happen to that painting. So I am back with my second coat on my window pane. Got my bristle brush. I've wet it and I've got just a little bit of paint on it, and what I'm going to do very lightly, if I can, is come in here and just put a little I'm going to do it very lightly with white. Just coming over, try not to get other colors, just this is our window pane, so we want to make sure that it's got a little frosting on it. Up here as well. And if it's if I see that it's too white, I can just wet my brush a little bit and take some of that off. We're just going to try to come up to that line. Mine's not completely dry. If that intimidates you, you can let that dry. And I'm just bringing in my frosting from my window pane. And I'm just going to bring it in circles, except where I get to these lines. I'm going to try to do as close as I can there. And it's hard to see it on this, I understand, because it's such light, but it's just a little extra, because you may get some spots that might need it a little bit more, so then, you know, that covers that up a little bit. And if you don't want to do this, you don't even have to do it if you don't want to. Okay, so I've got a little bit much right there. I'm just going to put a little water on it, and I'm going to thin this out. Because this is my, come over here and just do a little bit. Okay, so I'm just sitting here trying to figure out where I want to put my different things. So I'm just going to come in here and trace my vase right here. It's very tacky still, but it is dry. So there is the vase. And so here's my little picture frame. And I've kind of got it even with this. If it's not quite even, it's not going to hurt anything. I'm just going to come in and then I'm just going to come on the outside. Okay, so I have my my vase and my picture frame on for right now. Okay, I'm going to come back in here with my angle brush. I've got red and I've got burnt sienna on my palette, and I'm going to grab and I've got white, so I'm going to grab a little burnt sienna, a little white, and a little red, and we're going to come in here and see what we can do. We can come back under here a little bit with what we need, but just wet my brush a little bit because it's not wanting to go on as good, feels like. So we're just trying to get some color down, and we may come back, we'll probably come back with some more layers on that. I'm going to come in with the burnt sienna and with some white and see if I like that color. Concentrate because it's such tight confinement. I need these to dry so that I can, well, this is definitely probably going to have another coat, but I also got to paint the inside of this, so